Battlefield 1 was one of the most anticipated games of 2016, and since it had its release on the 21st of October, we thought it would be a good idea to gather 10 surprising but true facts about the game. Despite the game's title, it's actually the 15th installment of the franchise and the first main entry of the series since Battlefield 4. It's also the very first World War I themed game published by Electronic Arts since 1994's Wings of Glory. As you can see, there are already quite a few interesting facts about Battlefield 1, and in the next few minutes, we'll try to unravel even more. When EA manager Patrick Sutherland first heard about the idea for making a World War I video game, he immediately shot it down, saying that World War I was a trench war, it wouldn't be fun to play. Good thing the developers persisted and started working on a new type of game, because only after the DICE team presented a short demo, the EA vice president considered it worthy of giving a shot. And what a good decision he made looking at how well Battlefield 1 is being received. Situated firmly on the 128th position on the most liked YouTube video list, the trailer for Battlefield 1 is the only game-related video that can be found there. Out of about 500 other videos, we think it performs pretty well, but we're also amazed at why and how this is the most liked video game trailer in history. Not even GTA or Skyrim, those are highly popular games, came even close, not to mention mainstream movies such as The Dark Knight Rises, that only has about 88,000 likes. Being the poster men of the game, the Hellfighters were given their name by the German army, who was impressed by their bravery and determination. It's said that these fighters never lost any man from their squad, never gave up territory or surrendered any of their trenches, thus gaining quite a strong squad reputation. A Harlem Hellfighter statue can be achieved as part of the collector's edition of Battlefield 1. If you're a fan of the Gallipoli movies starring Mel Gibson, it means you'll be happy to hear that in one of Battlefield 1's campaigns, you can play as a runner who fights for the Anzac, the Australian and New Zealand corps that fought in Gallipoli against the Ottomans on the 25th of April 1915, and ever since that day, the 25th of April is known as the Anzac Day, the birth of national consciousness for these two nations, and it's still being celebrated to this day. The 2mm Calibri is the world's smallest functional gun, and even though it looks like a straight-up cigarette lighter, it can really dish out some damage. The fact that Battlefield 1 decided to use it in the game is a really nice touch, and it definitely adds to the uniqueness of it all. Used since 1914, its production was discontinued in 1938, making it a collector's edition, which means it's a huge plus we can get our hands on such a rare gun in Battlefield 1. We know that the gas mask is a common feature in other war-themed games, and even in some of the Battlefield titles, but in comparison to the circumstances when it represented just a fashionable item that you can put on and weren't able to take off, or did nothing but made you look cool, in Battlefield 1 the gas mask actually has a purpose. It protects you from harmful fumes and works just like in real life, adding a good measure of authenticity. Battlefield 1's beta launch had a stunning 13.2 million players, breaking EA's record. Not even Blizzard's Overwatch could gather so many people willing to try out their game when it was in the testing period. This record-breaking number makes us realize just how hyped the Battlefield fans were, and it's also a good indicator that the popularity of the game will continue to increase even after its release. In one of the campaigns, your point of view will be changed as you'll be playing as a different character than the initial protagonist you started with. After you die, a name, a date of birth, and a date of death will appear on the screen as to commemorate the aforementioned character's demise. This is Battlefield 1's way of exploring war's effects and casualties, offering the players the opportunity to experience a more authentic representation of what World War I felt like for the soldiers involved in it. A death train is a fully armored train that carries a whole array of guns and ammunition. It was used in the First World War as a means of transportation, but it was finally replaced with vehicles due to its vulnerability towards on-track ambushes and a lack of mobility. In Battlefield 1, it can be used to wreak havoc on enemies by being so impenetrable, like a true behemoth, as it's called in the multiplayer version of the game. In this game, you can play as a pigeon. Yes, you heard me right. In Battlefield 1, you can experience part of the gameplay as a bird. You'll be able to fly peacefully away with no fear of getting shot, no tanks, and no bayonets threatening your life. From all the surprising things this game offers, this is the most astounding one, since we don't seem to fathom how the developers even came up with the idea to let the player be a pigeon and let them enjoy the game from up high. This was our list featuring 10 awesome things about Battlefield 1, and we do hope you've enjoyed our video. If you feel we did a good job, please press that like button, as we do appreciate it and it does help us immensely. If you could think of anything else that we may have missed, please let us know in the comments below, because we do try to read pretty much everything. Now would also be a good time to encourage you to subscribe to our channel, because we upload new videos all the time. So subscribing will keep you up to date with all of our latest stuff. You can also check out fraghero.com for more gaming related articles. Until next time, thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great day.